Medway won the toss but deferred, so Ashland will be receiving to open the game, and they'll be coming from our left to our right. There is some breeze. We can feel it up here, even though the flag is hanging limp. But you never know, so that could become a factor later on. The kickoff man is Phil Cassidy, number 35 for Medway. And back deep, the usual suspects, Kyle Daly, Jose Gutierrez, Moses Lima, up a little bit closer. So we're about ready to go as Phil Cassidy comes forward, gets his foot into it. A pretty good kick coming down to Daly at the 15. Cuts to the middle of the field, trying to swing it right to the outside, and he's going to be dropped and tackled at about the 26-yard line. It'll be Ashland 1st and 10. So we'll set it up for you as the Clockers come out for their first series of downs. Mike Della Femina, number 2, is going to be in. And of course, Chris Nyland, the quarterback.
Chris off to a great start his first 4 games, taking the snaps for Ashland as the starter. Has done a great job.
So Nealon with it, hands it off quickly, and that was Della Femina getting nothing, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the Medway coach told the Globe, Paul, that his weaknesses were in the offensive and defensive line. They just didn't have experience. But he said we have a very athletic team. And their skill positions are very good.
Trying to check my night vision here, but I thought I saw 26 Kevin Santos at one of the wides on that first down play. We have Derek Santaski now to the near side right. Gutierrez in the slot. Nealon looking to throw, and it's batted up in the air, and it's picked. It's picked off. And from Medway, number 23 with the ball, and that is Alan Hodgson, best top gun player on the team. And the ball was deflected. It was intended for Gutierrez. It was deflected, and Hodgson came down with it. And just like that, Medway has the ball.
I don't know what happened there, Paul. Was he throwing to a spot?
I don't know. I think he wanted Gutierrez.
That could have been intercepted twice.
Oh, easily.
Tough break on the first play from scrimmage.
Tough start for Ashland.
Great field position, the 25-yard line for the Medway Mustangs. They're in white, the Clockers in their home blue.
Hodgson to the near side left, split out, but they hand it off instead. And this is going to be Tyler Iarusi, number 22, and he's inside the 5.
Nice looking play, great blocking and great speed to the outside. A very, very fast 20-plus yard gain brings it to the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Knocking on the door, it'll be 1st and goal at about the 2. So let's see what they do. This is number 32 to the near side left. That's Nick DeJoy. Hodgson, sort of a flanker on the right. Kurt Hedison, number 6, is in there, and Hedison has the ball, trying to find some space. And he drops the ball, and Ashland recovers.
Just like that.
They sent Hedison in for one play, and whatever could go wrong did, and Ashland has it back.
Great play for the Ashland defense. Give the defense credit. They were in on that. They caused that disruption in the Medway backfield. Well, a breath of air. We can breathe. 1st and goal at the 2, and the Mustangs turn it over.
Long way to go, though, because the line of scrimmage, I think, is the 6.
2 fumbles on a dry night.
It's pretty odd. Handoff over the left side. That's going to be good for a couple of yards as they untangle.
Never was the expression 2 yards in a cloud of dust
you got that.
More appropriate than it is here at the Grump Walker Field.
I believe that was Moses Lima on the carry, closer to a 1-yard pickup, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Clock is running, 9:24 to go first quarter. No score, although Medway came close. Very, very close.
Kyle Daly's had most, I would say the majority of the carries for Ashland so far this season. He wears 33.
Snap, Nealon with an inside handoff. And that's going to go for next to nothing again into the dust. It's Moses Lima. So it'll be second down and maybe, or excuse me, third down it's going to be. I got a couple on the play, so third down and 7. So third down and long.
Moses also a workhorse out of that backfield.
And we have a timeout taken by Ashland.
3rd and 7 at the 8. And Ashland needs time to figure out something here. Coach DiGirolamo gives the play directly to his quarterback.
Well, it was 3rd and long on the intercepted pass, was it not? Was that a third down play?
I thought it was the first play of the game.
Was it the first?
Am I dreaming?
I don't think so. I think they ran a couple. But in any case, an apparent passing situation on 3rd and about 7. And Nealon with it. Rolling to his right, looking, throws it out, and it's tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. It was tipped by Gutierrez.
It was on the wrong shoulder, that pass, Paul.
Yeah.
He got a hand on it, but that's all he could do.
So it'll be 4th down and long, and the Clockers will have to kick it out of there.
Big spot for Moses Lima, who's been handling the punting duties for Ashland this season, the 2007 season.
He's gotten off some good kicks.
He has the good foot. Makes a lot of tackles from his linebacker position and is a workhorse out of the backfield as well.
So Hodgson and Tucci are back there. And it's going to take a big bounce. This is Hodgson. Hit immediately, bounces off the hit, trying to get outside, being chased by Karat, who does collar him and nail him. So it'll be Medway ball, 1st and 10 at the Ashland 42.
Justin made sure he was going no further after he broke that first tackle. Justin Karat, number 5. Dave Britton is 80. John Slane is 62. Mike Shayhood is 54. Kyle Smith is 59. Pacholi's 43. That's the Ashland defense.
Tucci has gone out of the game. They show 2 wideouts. It's DeJoy to the right side. This is Hodgson to the near side. Goes in motion. And actually on the end around carries the ball. That's going to be good for about 5. So Hodgson on the end around has a good gain. Line of scrimmage is going to be at the 39-yard line, and it'll be second and 6.
Tom Featherstone, 71. Mike Della Femina and Kyle Daly are deep backs for Ashland.
Chapin to throw, hits Hodgson. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Actually, barely any gain, if any. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and about 7. Using a lot of players there. John Lynch, number 15, had come in on that down. And it was in a wideout spot on the right, on the far right. So we'll see what they do. Hodgson is in.
Santaski made that tackle. Derek Weir's number 23.
Out of the shotgun now. This is Chapin. Looking, has pressure. Steps up, avoids a couple of tackles, still looking to throw. Throws it out there, and it's incomplete. They said it bounced. Lucky break. It was Nick DeJoy wide open.
Catch is good.
Oh, the catch is good, but he put his knee down. Okay.
Wide open, took
wide
it like
open.
A fair catch and must have just touched his knee. Now, ref right on the play. Made the call instantly, or it was 6 points. Clockers, I guess, get another break.
So to speak. So it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 12.
The pass rusher actually broke down their own defense on that play. Moses had the quarterback dead to rights, but he got away.
Again, this is DeJoy, the end around. He has some room, but he's nailed as he comes to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down.
Good defensive work against
that
the
was
fast back, Paul.
That was Tucci, 33. Tucci.
He's one to watch, we said earlier.
Gain of a couple, 2nd and 8. They have Tyler Iarusi, number 22, in the game. As Tucci is in, 33. DeJoy is 32. Don't see Hodgson, believe it or not. John Claffey is in number 40, the only setback, and they hand it to him straight ahead. Pounding for about a yard, maybe. It'll be third down.
Well, the coach told me they use 5 backs. I think 3 or 4 have carried already.
Oh, they have. And Hodgson was out right then for a breather, so.
He's carried from the line of scrimmage, and he's listed as a receiver. I looked for 33 on that sweep that went all the way for a 23-yard gain down to the 2-yard line on their first possession. Let's see if they try something like that, as the ball is in a similar position on the right hash mark.
Tucci is there on the flanker, and they hand it off to Claffey. Claffey trying to get outside, and he's going to be hauled down.
They gave Claffey a chance to go around the left side, but the Ashland defense is well prepared.
Another nice defensive play, the tackle by Justin Karat. So it's fourth down, 4th and about 6.
Theoretically field goal distance. Field goal for a theoretical possibility here, but we'll see. There's no sign of that.
Well, they show a lot of wideouts. DeJoy to the far side right and Hodgson to the near side left. Out of the shotgun, Chapin looking, launches it out there into coverage, and it's incomplete.
It's the only way to break that one up, Paul. The receiver was up there above, I should say, the Clocker defensive backs, but they went up for the ball, created the collision at just the right timing. Incomplete Ashland ball, first down. The Clockers have held twice in what I like to call
the red zone.
That's exactly right. You're learning.
And Hodgson was the intended receiver. One of the good things was he went to the extreme far corner of the end zone and could not go any further, so he had to go up for the ball, and the coverage was there. The only thing you dread in a situation like that is that you get a flag for interference or some silly thing, but that didn't happen. So Ashland takes over on downs. And they're going to try the outside run. And we'll pick it up for you. That was Joe Piccioli, 43, picking up 4. Good run, so it's 2nd and 6. The down marker is at about the 17-yard line, I would say. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. We have no score. Ashland and Medway. Friday night football at the Grump. So Nealon calling signals, hands it off, and this is going to be about a 2-yard pickup for Daly, I believe.
A lot of work for 2 yards, Paul.
Yeah, a lot of work. Actually, that might have been Della Femina.
Well, I'm looking at 34, which I think is Jeff Nealon.
34 is Jeff Nealon. Is it 34? Anyway, 3rd and 1. 34 is Jeff Nealon.
I heard that somewhere.
So Jeff Nealon now in one of the wideouts. And the inside handoff again, and I think they've got it.
Joe Piccioli, Paul.
Was it Piccioli? And he
Good
did,
hard
first
run,
down.
Protecting that ball.
Oh, yeah.
After 2 fumbles here in the first half, 1 by each team. 1 interception by Medfield. And 1 4th down stop by the Clockers.
Outside handoff. This is Della Femina being hauled down by his shirt. Might have gotten a yard out of this. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Looks like yards are going to be tough to come by.
So give them 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Inside 2 minutes in the quarter, down to 150.
It's becoming clear the Clockers are going to have to get a passing attack going. Unless they can wear down this Medway defense.
This is the pitch back to Della Famina, trying to turn it left, but he's going to be nailed. And this is probably going to go for a loss, so it'll be 3rd down and long. But they have not been able to run against Medway for all intents and purposes. So 3rd and long. And actually, they haven't passed well.
Young Mike Della Famina, the sophomore, swarmed under on that sweep. And that smoke you see there, Paul, that was not a fireworks display. That's just dust from the virtually grassless Grump Walker Field. Less than a minute to go in the first period.
Heelan, handoff inside. It was a draw play, and it's going to pick up a few, but nowhere near enough. No, Della Famina again. So that'll be a gain of maybe 3. It'll be 4th down and 6. And Ashland looking at their 2nd punt, one presumes. Now they're going to send back Tucci and Hodgson in punt coverage for Medway. And Moses Lima back deep to kick it away. Here we go. Snap, he handles it, good snap. And he gets out a line drive, and they're going to let it roll wisely, and it's going to take a nice Ashland roll down inside the 35, and they will down it at the 33. It'll be 1st and 10.
He split them, Paul.
Yep.
Two deep players in to receive that punt for Medway, but it was about 5 feet to the right or the left of each player, and they just both watched it. I suppose if they went for it, they could have collided.
It could have been a tough situation.
Cost themselves at least 10 or 15 yards, but it's the safer alternative.
It was indeed. So with 17 seconds to go, Medway takes over 1st and 10 at their own 33. And
Medway's had the only big play of the game, a 23-yard rush.
This is an inside handoff and a big hole for Ted Davenport, 24, Ted Davenport.
There's the 4th one we've seen carry the ball for the Mustangs tonight.
That's going to be a gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4, and that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1, no score.
Oh, an interesting first period, Paul, but Medway had the only real chance to put points on the board, and a bad fumble inside the 5 ended that. Clockers have suffered from an interception and a fumble. Deep in their own territory. They haven't crossed the Medway 50 yet tonight. Clockers a slight favorite, but with Medway losing to 2 of the best teams in the TVL, it's hard to imagine they could be an underdog here against Ashland tonight, especially where they had a better record last season and returned about the same number of starters. Clockers returned 7 starters, Medway returned 6 from their 2006 editions. The league is shaping up to be a great competitive league this season, the Tri-Valley League. 3, 4, 5 good teams already have shown promise here in the early part of the season.
So Chapin handed it to Davenport, and that'll go for 1 or 2 maybe. That'll be about it.
Slane in and Smith out. Dave Britton gives the defensive signals
Looking
to
at
the Ashland defense.
Looking at 3rd and 3, they send in John Lynch. And he comes to the near side right.
Della Famina playing on both sides of the ball tonight, Paul.
Going to have 2 setbacks behind Chapin. They hand it off inside, and it's going to go for about a yard. Maybe it'll be 4th down coming up.
Almost as if they knew the call, Paul.
Yeah.
The Clockers were running
They were just there
towards that ball carrier
right
before the ball was even snapped.
That was Davenport, 24.
At nearly midfield, well, they're for their own 41, with a 2 yard to go for a 1st down. The fake, I suppose, always a possibility in this situation. Della Famiglia now is returning punts as well. The coach is trying to use him every single way he can.
Medway calls a timeout. Della Famiglia is back along with Kyle Daly, standing down on their own 30-yard line. 9:42 to go in the first half, and we're scoreless at the Grump. As Medway had the best scoring opportunity. They had the ball 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line, but fumbled it away. So that worked for Ashland. And now I don't know if they're real sure about the punt.
They rethink.
No, they drop back. Number 2 is Chapin. Chapin apparently to kick it away.
Clockers rethink their return.
High snap, but he handles it.
Up.
Gets off a nice, well, it's going to be a short punt, but it takes a big Medway bounce, and it's going to be downed inside the 30-yard line at about the 27. I thought he kicked it half off the side of his foot, but when it came down, it just took a big spin.
Could have easily been the 40, ended up the 29.
Yeah. So anyway, Ashland 1st and 10, 9:31 to go here in the half.
What the coach loves is no return.
No. You know, and of course, a spinning football like that, there's not a lot of good things that can happen.
They measure punts from the line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage was the 41, I guess. So it's a 30-yard punt. See if Coach DiGirolamo has some new wrinkles here to get the Clocker offense ignited.
Santaski and Karat kneeling back to throw. He's being rushed, and he's going to be blasted. Ball is loose, and it's going to be called an incomplete pass.
I'm happy to see Chris got that off.
That's generous.
He had plenty of time to get that off, and I guess he just got it off in time, incomplete, out into the flat.
Well, it was odd. 59, Kyle Smith, who was in either at guard or tackle, he had released, and I was wondering if they might call an ineligible receiver, but they did not. That was a pretty bizarre play. Ashland got away with one, frankly, but that's okay. High snap, but it's handled, and this is